vicious last week.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do a one shot and kill a bunch of people, just send it against rats.
Yep.
I think it could do it, man. Holy cow! Yeah, those rats are pretty vicious.
Yeah, they hit hard with the 4 multiplier.
Oh, wasn't that a crit
Yeah.
that brought you down?
Yep.
So it's not like they hit like that every time, it's just crits.
Don't say that.
Yeah, but you
You're
run
gonna
the
jinx
risk.
it.
It's always there, isn't it?
Their average ought to be somewhere between 12 and 14. They got you for 22.
He rolled well.
Good to see you back, Miss. Did you have fun at PAX?
Absolutely. I had so much fun, I lost my voice. So you're going to have to pardon my very husky sounding voice tonight.
That's okay. We know that you smoke balls. Paul Malls, is it Paul Malls? Yeah, that's it.
Oh my
goodness.
gosh, Dave. Be nice.
Oh my gosh. You're
I can't
fine.
even get that level. Like, Dave, your voice is capable of reaching higher octaves right now than mine. I don't know how that makes me feel.
Higher octaves. Well, I guess it would just take a kick in the balls, maybe. I think I could reach the higher octaves that way. So, but thank goodness I'm out of reach. So. All right, so I'm ready to go, guys. You guys want to go ahead and introduce your characters, and let's do a background. Well, actually, let's not do background stories, but let's just introduce your characters, and we'll do a recap from last week. I think, Mist, you're doing the recap from last week, aren't you? No, I'm just kidding. You were here, so you weren't here, so. 3Dex did a good job playing the character, though. She only got you almost killed several times, so.
Alright, Kadoja, I'll do it this week.
Alright. Y'all go ahead and get her going.
Dave, what was the name of that one guy you keep calling me? Dolph something?
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph
Lundgren.
That's disappointing. You just do not know who Dolph Lundgren is? That is just
Well, I guess I know him, I just never actually knew his name.
Oh, no.
So.
You don't know him. Because you know, you just know who Dolph Lundgren is. I mean, it's like Hulk Hogan. You just know who Hulk Hogan is.
We're talking chiseled chin and pounds of pecs, buddy.
That's right. I
Okay.
will break you.
Okay, I guess I'll start us off. I am Kadojo. I am playing the devilish, good-looking Dolph Lundgren Silverclaw, Dragonborn fighter.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'll go next. I'm Stormwolf. I play Krivgar, the... How should I put it? Almost ugly-looking Dragonborn bard. From the College of Lore.
I love it.
I am Mystaria, and I'm playing Misty, the half-elf warlock, archetype the Fiend. I'm a
Whoa.
bit of a mafia member, I guess was the best way that Dex summed it up last week. So yeah, I'm from the Elven Mafia. There you go. I like that.
I'm Sisson Guy. I play Zealous, the half-orc rogue who spent the later part of the program last week getting off his butt.
And thanks for the 5th edition starter box set tonight too, man. That was really nice. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. It'll make somebody a good price.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm Ralphoin. I'm playing Rurach Splinsplitter,
Rurach.
dwarf barbarian. And at the moment he's fishing bits of rat out of his beard and, well, pretty much everywhere under his kilt, but we won't go into that. And Dave, are you wanting me to recap just last week's session or the from the start?
You can kind of get everybody caught up from last week, and if you want to go back previously, you can even do that as well.
Cool.
And the bard has one thing to say before you start.
You are inspired.
Okay, basically our group was part of a caravan heading to the town of Ams. After a couple of weeks of travel, our caravan was just on the outskirts of a town called Greenest, where just before we arrived there, we noticed a blue dragon attacking the town and lots of kobolds and cultists also basically sacking and looting the town. The dragon pretty much busted most of the caravan, and we had to fight our way into the centre keep in the village, which was protected by a load of kobolds. We got in there and met up with the head of the keep, who was called Governor Nighthill, and the keep's kind of military man was Castellan Escobar the Red. He's a dwarf, and he basically said to us that we needed a prisoner to interrogate and find out exactly what was happening. We found one, but negotiations or the interrogation was a little bit, how shall we say it, extreme. So
It was an accident!
so the prisoner accidentally died during the interrogation. Escobar wasn't too happy with us and basically asked us to go find another member, another cultist. Hopefully he could garner some more information from them. So he showed us a secret entrance to a sewer that would hopefully take us closer to where we could possibly pick up capture one of the cultists along the way. A couple of swarms of rats who almost killed the barbarian. Dolph Lundgren got a bit excessive during the fight and almost killed a rogue, but we managed to slay both the swarms of rats, and we were just healing up and tidying up just as we finished last week's session.
Very nice.
And that's pretty much where we are.
Yeah, you guys got worked pretty good last week by all of those rats. They actually did a pretty devastating wallop on you, actually.
It was nasty.
LPG,
Those
Game
rats
Mafia,
were definitely nasty.
Kurt, Destroyer of Apple, and
Crits
Hiko
are
Boshi.
deadly.
Thank you very much, guys, for the follows again. Alright, so you guys are here in the tunnel. Let's go ahead and get you guys switched over to the tunnel map.
And by the way, I do see all the action tokens on your guys' characters, so...
Alright. So this is where we're at. This is where you're at. I believe you just came back from being unconscious, did you not? Rurock? You are now conscious again?
Rats everywhere. In my beard, under my kilt. Everywhere.
It's like I said last week. I could just imagine you coming to, and then all of a
Wailing
sudden,
about.
yeah, you're just wailing and swinging, like sort of like what Chris Farley would do, you know. So, Sisson guy, you got knocked out too. So we had 2 people down in that. That was Kadojo had done a lot of. I know he had taken a lot of the rats out, but I know actually Kadojo took a spin on the wheel of misfortune and then hit the nearest person, which was Sisson guy, and knocked him unconscious with an attack. That's right.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guy.
I'll hold on to his back belt loop after
Thanks,
this.
Lotus. Thanks for the follow, Lotus.
Dave, I'm no longer weakened. Just
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna pop a potion of healing on myself, Dave.
Yeah, feel free to do that. Just deduct it from your sheet.
Did we go and investigate these bones in the corner, guys, or were we just going to leave that alone and not probably tempt fate?
We fought our way here, we might as well investigate the room.
Can we do an investigation check of the room, Dave, and have a little look about and see if there's anything? I'm going to be having a look, staying away from the webs, but
Also, can you guys remind me which direction we came from onto
we
this
came
map?
from the north.
Okay, so we haven't
Pretty much
explored south or eastward.
the east.
Before we got involved in this rat fight, I had been another 20, 25 feet further to the south, and I saw there that the sewer was opening wider.
Yep. And basically there was another pathway to the east further north before we came down here, but it looks like it joins up with this room.
Okay, thank you.
Basically in this room, it doesn't look like there's anything apart from a pile of bones in the corner, but I think we should basically just check it out.
Well, I'll make it quick. We still have a mission to do.
Oops, sorry. You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yeah.
Oh, now
Yes.
I can.
Yeah, now I can.
Yeah, sorry about that. Like I was saying, I had my mic muted like a dummy.
Alright.
Yeah, last week Dex came into the top of the room. Well, the room that's to the east of where you're at now, Mystaria, and she saw that there was a pile of bones there, which you can't see right now because of the way that the dynamic lighting is set up. So she did see the pile of bones, but then she backed out of the room, and yeah, the bones never really got she didn't look at them or do anything like that. So you guys are free to do whatever you want. You can check out the room that you're in. You can check out the tunnel. You can head south. Sisson guy knows that it looks like it was starting to get towards the end of the tunnel because there was a little bit of a light coming through, a little earth. So not really light, but it's more, I would say, like a fog from the earth. How there's such a temperature change between this tunnel and then when it's close to you're supposed to this is a secret tunnel, so there's a grate there. There's a it's like Escobert told you that there's a lock down there. He gave you the key. So there's a temperature difference. So yeah, there's a little bit of smoke down there and whatnot.
Okay, Dave, can I quickly have a search of this area? I'm going to pay particular attention to the webbing, and if I see any kind of movement again, I'm going to be ready to get the hell out of there.
Okay. Oh, 2 more swarms would be devastating, guys. That would just be devastating. Sure.
D20.
So you're going to do a perception check. All right. Yeah, what you see is this old rickety pile of bones in the corner, in the northwestern corner of the room, and it looks like they've been there for a while. There's no flesh on the bones. The skulls are kind of buried into the just where the dirt has just pretty much encased the skulls. You can see the top of the skulls. That's pretty much what you can see. Plus, there's other bones around as well.
Oh, by the way, Mistiff, that blue dot with 4 is temp heal points. Just to let you know.
Managed to get that far into rewatching the stream, but I wasn't able to finish it.
Okay, doesn't look like there's anything here. We may as well continue. I'm going to head back to the...
Well, you found the bones. I mean, are you looking at anything else?
Well,
or?
Can I have a look at the skull? Just see. Can I actually pull the skull out of the ground?
Sure. Even though you're 25 feet away, yeah. Attaboy. Attaboy! Yeah.
Yep, he's gonna just pick it up, have a look. What can I determine what kind of creature this was, or just human human remains.
You can give me an intelligence nature check. So basically, give me an intelligence check, and if you're proficient in nature, you can have that on as well with your proficiency. So basically, whatever the nature stat says.
Cool.
All right. So as you're down on your knees, you're kind of sifting around in the earth, and you pull a skull out. Well, when you pull the skull out, dirt falls out from the bottom of the cranium. And when the dirt falls out, a bottle falls out with it as well. And you can see that this bottle has liquid in it.
Out of interest, what colour's the liquid?
Why don't you roll a 1d6 for me?
Okay.
I'm letting them roll on their loot to see what they get.
4.
Wow. It is a red elixir that seems to be sort of like the other healing potions that you have quaffed. But this one looks a little different.
Okay. Okay, I'll pop that in my pack for now. Can I possibly show that somebody that can maybe identify it?
You were also able to determine that those skulls were dwarven.
My brothers!
Are
were
they
definitely
relatives
dwarven.
of yours?
Right, and they've been here for a long time, yeah, obviously with the
Oh, yeah.
complete light, there's nothing right, okay.
Definitely been here a long time. And
Okay.
Escobert didn't tell you about this. He just told you that the tunnel was a straight shot. So, this is... He didn't
Dwarf's
tell you
having a
about
little
this.
bit of a... And you said that
those bones have been there for a while.
Yeah, right. Okay. And you said this area had been, like, obviously mined. It wasn't like a natural...
Oh yeah, it's definitely carved, but it doesn't
Yeah.
look like dwarf. It's like I said last week. It doesn't look like dwarven, stone cutting or anything like that.
Stranger and strange. Okay, I'll head back down then. Anything else here, so...
Okay.
I will turn around and I will show the warlock the potion I just found. I'm like, hey, Mist, found this potion. Any chance you could tell what this does? It looks like one of my healing potions, but I have no idea what it is. And I'll hand it over to her.
So, Dave, is there anything I can do to try and identify this
Sure.
further?
Sure. You can give me an Arcana check, an Intelligence Arcana check.
Alrighty.
Alrighty then.
It's those high notes, doesn't he?
Nope, just kind of looks like a healing potion, but
Looks like
I
a
don't-
regular old healing potion.
I know nothing more.
Okay then.
Well, you can always drink it when in the time of need,
Yeah.
Rurok. 'cause
Hey,
I'm
when
sure
all
that's
else
probably what you
fails,
do. Fuck it, I'm drinking it.
Potion of godly power, that'll do. Fine. Okay.
It's actually a.
I've
I was
got
gonna
a
try
pretty
asking the
pretty
bard.
good Arcana,
not
and
listening.
I'll try it again later.
So
For
it's
now, I'm going
a.
to move another 25 feet down the tunnel.
It's a potion of greater healing. I actually had them roll for it as well, because I have a list of a magic item chart, and they found a potion, and they actually rolled potion of greater healing.
Let's get
which is
moving,
44.
I'll fall in line. I got the
Alright.
rear.
She is the caboose.
Choo choo.
That was pretty high octave. Well, I don't know where you're saying that you don't have you have a raspy voice. That was pretty high.
It hurts so much.
All right, so you guys get down to the end of the tunnel. You can see several more feet in front of you. You can see where the earth is starting to protrude through the actual door that is locked. And it's starting to become steamy down here. just because of because you are near, the normal open area. So there's going to be steam coming into this area. Now, however, you can tell that throughout time, and seeing that nobody has been down there, according to Escabert, except for the poor misfortunate dwarves back in the other eastern chamber, that the lock is rusted and in pretty bad shape, but you have the key.
Well, we have a key.
If the box in bad shape,
Bob and Lotus, thanks for the follow.
Can we use something? Can we use oil to oil the lock or something?
I love that idea. Idea.
I've got couple of flasks of oil. I can, because if it's we're trying to be stealthy here, aren't we? So
yeah.
I'll pass a pot up to the rogue flask of oil and say, best oil that lock first.
I love that idea, using the oil. Anyone have a light? No, I'm kidding.
So
well, Dave, I do have a torch.
Yeah, you do.
I'll pass a flask of oil to Zelos and just say, probably be easier to get that working if you oiled it first. Let's go.
Alright, so yeah, I guess you're going to probably use the key on the lock. And I mean for Sisson Guy as well, so.
Yes, I'm going to use the key. And
Guy is the
if it's
voice
I need
of
a lot
reason.
of resistance, then I'll use the oil. So,
Okay. Well, yeah. Looking at it visually, you know that you're going to have to use some oil on this thing, because it is, it's like Escabert had mentioned. This tunnel's never been used before, so.
Okay, we'll use the oil on the lock and the hinges, and it's time now to turn the key.
All right. So go ahead and I want you to do a dexterity check, and I want you to give me advantage on that dexterity check. And I'm giving you advantage because of the oil.
Sweet.
There's a little bit higher DC than a 10 for this. Even though it states a 10, I want it to be a little bit higher, but he does have advantage. Oh my gosh. The lock breaks. I'm sorry, the key breaks. He had advantage and rolled a 1 and 2.
That is the worst roll.
You had advantage and rolled a 1 and 2, guy. Oh man, that's a bomb.
So, Dave,
It doesn't
Yes.
get much worse.
It doesn't.
it looks fairly rusted. Can
It
I
does.
whip out my crowbar and
Well,
either bash or
Whoa.
pull this thing apart?
Yeah,
pretty
that's what
rusty.
we do.
You can do that, but
Not better if we just try and.
Hang on, everybody. Dave, as I'm moving up, I'm passing my torch off to the bard and getting my crowbar out and gonna
Okay.
go at the door.
well, I want you to give me a perception check first, Sisson Guy. So give me a perception check first. Everybody hold their position real quick.
Hit the brakes!
All right, I sent out tells. So, all right, so that's what's going on. You guys can go ahead and do what you want now. Basically, I sent a tell to Sisson Guy saying that
Okay, does that take into account the
Zelos.
roll that I just made, Dave?
It does. No, it doesn't take. That roll has nothing to do with what I just sent you a tell for. That
Okay, what-
roll is already in the past. So I basically just
Okay.
let him know with his perception check that he
I'm going
thinks
to move
he
back
could
in front
still
of the door and attempt to pick the lock.
pick the lock.
Isn't the key still in the lock?
It is. It's broken off, but here you can RP that out, guy.
I have some
So
thieves'
the
tools if you need
lockpicks,
them.
we're gonna start off by picking the old parts of the key out. It's not wedged in there that far or that difficult. It's a little bit loose still. It's just that the lock didn't want to move. Then we're going to get our lockpick going in there once we clear the lock hole out, and we'll give it our best shot and see what we get.
All right, so go ahead and give me a dex check, Sisson guy, and just a normal dex roll. And if you're using your thieves tools, so you can add your proficiency in with that as well. So D20 plus your dex modifier plus your proficiency for the tools. And actually you can add in thievery as well.
This is what I'm a little confused about. My dex is 5. What am I going to get for the tools?
Your proficiency. So your proficiency is a 2. You're level 1, so you have a proficiency of a 2, and you can click on your click on the rogue, and it'll tell you that you have a proficiency of 2. So.
Okay, so my dex is 5. The proficiency is 2.
Mm-hmm. And then
Okay.
thievery as well. You can add that in. So basically, take the thievery column that you have there, and add 2 to it. So, well, I'm sorry. It's yeah. Just I'm sorry. It's not even thievery. I'm sorry. I'm thinking something else. It's D20 plus your dex plus your proficiency for the tools. So it's 20 plus 5. Sorry about that brain fart there. That is no, that's what you needed. So you're able to, yeah, DC 10. Level 1 stuff is usually DC 10. So you actually were able to work with it a couple minutes. You dump a little bit more oil in there, and you actually get the locks to, you get the pick out, and you get the lock pick itself.
Nice work, Rogue.
Oh, I didn't get to break
Barely.
anything.
D10 might be a good thing not to make a bunch of noise.
I'm
right?
so happy we haven't met the spider. I don't know what to say.
All of a sudden, 2 spider swarms come
Oh
out of
my-
me right now. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
That would have been awesome, actually. All right, so you have the door unlocked, and you're able to pull it open, and there's a wall of earth there. Although, steam is kind of billowing off of it, just because there's a temperature change. It's just kind of sifting off of it, sort of like a steam off of a hot road in the middle of the summer after a nice cool rain.
How kind of far vision wise have we got here? Is this